You're tuned in to Kiddy Pink Radio, where black media matters. Keep it locked.
My friends be like, how come you not famous yet? I be like, you didn't share my shit. How come you ain't shared it yet? That's what I don't understand. That's why I'm not famous.
Did you think you're cute? Did you think you cute? The fuck? Hate to break it to you, baby, but no kids came out of this cuckoo, baby. Not one. Team no kids. Team F them kids.
It's too fast for me. I think I need to stay my ass on the other side of the tracks because it's not for me.
When I was bald headed and had yellow motherfucking teeth.
You know, I find it really, really, really funny that everybody wants to walk, talk, look, act like the black woman. But nobody wants to credit the black woman. Nobody wants to protect the black woman. How swag.
I'm not one to stint my growth. I made that video a few months back. I may have a different opinion on today, but what's up, y'all? It's another episode of What's Your Story with your girl, Auntie Kiddy and Rahni Rochelle. Speaking of Rahni Rochelle, shout out to Gifted Nation.
Now rocking with Kiddy on the beat.
Yeah.
What's
going on? What's popping?
Tomorrow we're gonna have For the Love of Raw. For the Love of Raw. We're gonna have some contestants on the panel, and they're gonna be, I guess, fighting for the love of me.
I heard they good.
Will I find love on Bigo?
Let's see. If y'all would like to try out, you're more than welcome to audition. We are still looking for suitors. Y'all come out and fight for the love of Raw, honey. For the love of Raw. But right now, this Tuesday, we're gonna talk about what your story is.
Yeah, what's your story? And the topic tonight is cultural appropriation.
Ding dong. If you didn't guess with the video, the video that I just played, and once again, I started off like that because I want y'all to understand that there is absolutely nothing wrong with growth, and just because somebody changes their opinions or their views on things, it doesn't mean that they're reneging or going back on their word. It's called growth, and we've talked about this a lot. This conversation has gotten old, to be quite honest with you. However, a majority of the time when this conversation is being had, it's being had by us brown people. And we can, there is confirmation that, everybody be stealing our swag, no doubt. But at the end of the day, we know we the blueprint. We the blueprint. But at the end of the day, I don't think we ever count how many times that we've stolen or appropriated someone else's culture. Rara, you were just telling me a story, and it's a very interesting story. I want you to talk about the girl that you just got through talking about with the rap.
Of course. So I was telling Kiddy during the pandemic, I feel like TikTok, Clubhouse, Bigo, all these streams took off heavily, and so I spent a lot of time on TikTok during the pandemic, and I remember one video in particular. It was a brown skinned girl. She was so beautiful. And she had a headscarf on. And you know how like Black people, we like to go to Dubai, right? We out in Dubai, we riding camels, we doing whatever.
Right.
Riding ATVs and stuff through the desert.
Mm-hmm.
Well, when they're there, people are there, they cover up and wear these head wraps. And I don't think sis was on vacation or not, but she posted a TikTok and she was wearing the head wrap. And the girls came for her. The Middle Eastern girls came for her. They were on her road, and they were telling her how she was culturally appropriating. And she ended up doing a response video, and she actually had communication with them in the comments. And she was like, "I'm so sorry. I didn't realize that I was appropriating your culture. I just thought it was a headscarf. I didn't know the way I was wearing it was disrespectful." She was very apologetic. and she was very open to the very harsh criticism that they were giving her, and the
Right.
girls were still coming towards her. They were
Right.
still coming for her. And then they were telling her, well, if it was the other way around, you guys would be coming for us, and let it happen to a black person, and everybody's culturally appropriating, and they're the girls, they were just pissed, honey.
Right.
Like, I tried to get in there and just like have her back a little bit. Like, dang, like she didn't know. You guys are, you're letting her know that what she did is wrong. She's taking accountability, and you guys are still coming for her. And then they wanted to go ahead.
I was just gonna say that's the difference in between them and us. Instead of them saying, "All right, we may just," well, I ain't gonna say all of them because I have some Caucasian friends who were like, "Kiddy, I had no idea. I'm so sorry. Let me correct this. Let me educate myself." But we're a lot more quicker to go and educate ourselves to make sure and confirm things than they are. And that's why I feel like there should be a little room for a little forgiveness.
Exactly. I think she ended up taking down that video too, because it had millions and millions of views, and that just really, it sucks. But I was like, damn, like black people are capable of doing cultural appropriation,
Right.
And that just opened up my eyes.
It's opened up my eyes too, because y'all know I'm hard. Kid Science be Kid Pink be hard on a bitch. I don't give a fuck. Like, I just feel like, with the weaves and the braids and the and then not just that, it makes it seem like we're all ratchet, like we're just ghetto. And like, I've been told my entire life, and I'm quite sure you've heard it, simply because we're articulate. You talk like white people. And it's just like, no, that's
Valley
not.
Girl. I get called Valley Girl. And
All
that's
the time.
fine.
Yeah.
You know what? She's a real Valley Girl now. But yeah, I get told.
I just get told that I either I'm bougie, I think I'm better, and it's just like, why can't an educated black woman, like, why does it seems to me that not just that, we're talking about misappropriation too. Why is it that we always affiliate all the good things in life, like education and living nice? Why do we always reference that to someone's acting white? Yes.
Yes. I think it's just like, as a society, black people society, I feel like we've been conditioned that way.
Yeah.
And I also seen another TikTok, and this girl was like, not every black person, she was like, can we normalize basically not having to grow up with the black struggle? She was like, not everybody has grown up with that struggle, and don't shame those that haven't. And I feel
I'm sorry, I had to give you a bomb for that. Come on.
I feel like in our community, that there is like, that's where that stigma comes from. People want to shame people for the life that they were afforded or whatever, when it's really something that we don't have control over. I can't control how I was raised. I can't control how the next person was raised.
Girl.
But
come on.
What I can control is what I can control is how I present myself to the world. And yeah, we'll just leave it at that.
Yeah. I can remember that a lot of my bullying and a lot of the fights that I had were mostly because I may have possibly had a little bit more than the kids. I grew up in the hood, but my grandmother raised me. I had a good life. You know what I'm saying? There wasn't too much that I couldn't get or didn't have. And I was even humble about that. I didn't care about Nikes or Adidas or Reeboks when we were going to school, and that's another thing that African American people do. Like, they base looking rich on just how much you got. I don't have time to try to convince other broke motherfuckers that I'm not broke.
Right.
And those are shots fired.
Yeah. But I mean, I feel like that's a little bit off topic.
It is.
From cultural appropriation, but misappropriation is definitely.
Misappropriation is big as well.
Yeah. And I think.
Come
on.
No, you
I
go
was
ahead.
gonna say, as far as Black people being able to culturally appropriate, I think we do, and we do it without even realizing.
Hmm.
My story, and I said, "Oh, girl did it, and she didn't even realize it." I mean, and if you don't think you don't culturally appropriate, how many Black people are walking around wearing African print
Do
or
do do do.
wearing, you know what I mean, wearing ashobi and daishikis and don't even know the meaning of the print or anything or the significance
Hmm.
of it. We just wearing it because we think it's cool and we're in touch with our African roots. Like
Right.
African,
That's cultural
it
appropriation.
is.
It
It
is.
is.
Because
Like I
we're
think
American at the end of the day. I know everybody wants to add the African to it. And a
right,
lot of us, we don't even know if we came over here on boats or we were already here. That's a whole nother topic for a whole nother show.
right.
But we definitely do, with the dashikis, like you said, the dashikis. Hookah could be considered,
Oh,
right.
I love hookah.
That's a part of their culture. Like they be doing that shit at 12 and 13 years old, and it's okay, you
Right.
know.
Nose
Um,
piercings. Those are cultural, I believe, in the Indian community.
yes, but we did a lot of piercing in ancient
Egypt.
Egypt and stuff like that too. So
Okay.
I think my
It's
my
important
whole,
to know your culture, though. I mean,
yeah,
your history, because I
that
didn't
part,
know that, and I'm like,
yeah.
but I kind of had a
Even
feeling. You didn't know.
wigs, with wigs, because men are quick to tell us we got white women hair on our head, even
This
with
is raw
wigs.
Indian. Thank you. No,
And
I'm just
this right
kidding.
here, I don't know what the fuck this is, but bitch, it's real. Anyway,
But yeah, they'll be quick to say Black women are cultural appropriate, and white women will use that as even as an excuse. As you're culturally appropriating when you wear weaves. It's not the same as
nah.
you wearing Bantu knots, Khloe Kardashian. It's not the same as you wearing Cleopatra braids, Kim Kardashian. It's not the same as any of these white girls that go out and get box braids when they know that their hair can't stand the tension. But go off, sis.
How about let's talk about how y'all take our body parts though. Let's talk about that. Let's talk about how we're going to get cosmetic surgery so that y'all can look like light skinned women, Black women. Let's talk about that. That right there is pretty much, and it goes so far because I feel like it's so big because those are our natural bodies. Y'all remember Sarah? What was the woman's name? Sarah. She was a slave. They put her on display because of her curves and how she was built. They even took this woman's body and put it in a museum. I forget that woman's name. I think it was Sarah Barton or something like that. Um, Matter of fact, Beyonce is supposed to be doing a documentary on her, how they basically put this woman's body on display just so they could look at her like she was some fucking animal or something, because she had the hips. She even had how we had a little fupa and everything. She had the boobies, the big old booty, you know what I'm saying? And they were so amazed with her body that they put this woman on display even after she died.
Wow. Wow.
So I think we all need to tiptoe. I think we all need to study. I think we all need to be more aware. It
Yeah.
is offensive. It can be offensive. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And it's not, and I do get when people like the TikToks that you showed earlier at the opening of the show. I get it if you're a product of your environment, but also
Mhm.
there is a little bit of like, nah, you know what the fuck you're doing.
Yeah,
When
that's
you're
some
over there,
extra.
like the white girl that was like, kids wear. Where are you getting all these mannerisms from? Where are you getting this from? Landon Romano? I
Mm.
love Landon Romano, but baby, you're emulating a Black woman for profit.
Right,
That's a problem, and you're
right.
pandering to the Black community after
Yeah,
you're portraying basically your whole personality is a Black woman just on a little skinny white boy body.
period.
The
We
Asian
have to,
girl, go ahead.
no, you go ahead.
The Asian girl, I, how do I say this? They culturally appropriate too, and I think it's more acceptable because Asian, or not want to say it's easier to digest because they're not white, but they still do it and they still get called on it. It doesn't, just because you're more accepted amongst the Black community doesn't mean that you can fix your mouth to say the N-word or continue to emulate what you see around you.
I'm okay with y'all doing the braids. I'm okay with y'all wearing the weaves. I'm okay with y'all going to get the surgeries. I just want y'all to respect it at the end of the day. And I want you to acknowledge that that's where it came from. And I, like you said, the whole N-word thing, feeling like you can, do all these other extra things, and then putting a whole extra on the roll in the neck and the
not all Black women act like that.
No, and that's where I was going with that. I wanted to say that that's not, a lot of people, because I got attacked for, because a lot of Black women was like, that ain't how all Black women, I don't even act like that, So, at the end of the day, I can't put that on the back of all Black women. However, y'all do be being extra. There's a little extra, you try to switch up, you get around your mommy and daddy and you're all proper and prim, but when you hang out with your friends and your peers, you know what I'm saying? I think to resolve all of that, be your motherfucking self. Everybody, be yourself. And I guess that's where it ends for me.
Like, it would be easier to digest if we knew that's who you were.
Who you are.
Versus who you're portraying yourself to be.
Exactly.
Like, it just doesn't come across as authentic or genuine.
No.
When you're over here, copying box braids, you're just doing it for a fad. You're just doing it for a trend. When Kim K went out and got them braids, all the girls got the braids. Like, come on. Kim K went out and got that triple XL ant booty. All the girlies went out and got the triple XL.
They got that booty. And it's just like, y'all don't even acknowledge that this is where it's coming from. And I guess maybe that's where our aggravation comes from. I'm just being transparent here. Because whether it's right or wrong, I need y'all to know this is why some Black women feel the way that they do.
About cultural appropriation. And then it's like, even like, I really wish they would do away with the costumes for Halloween, because it's all cultural appropriation. You dressing up as Pocahontas, that's cultural appropriation. You dressing up as Native American Indian, and you got the headdress on your head,
cultural appropriation.
Cultural appropriation. You dressing up as Aladdin or Princess Jasmine from Aladdin, cultural appropriation. So I feel like all the white kids in college doing blackface, that's just disrespectful there.
That's not cultural appropriation. That's blatant disrespect. I'm not gonna say that y'all can't, but I'm gonna say just educate yourselves.
Yeah, and you just be open to, if people are offended. If people are offended, they have the very much right to express that.
Yes.
But be open to it, because I don't think there's nothing wrong with learning from your mistakes. It's when you choose to not learn and you choose to be ignorant to it all, that's when it's offensive, and that's when it's culturally appropriating, because you're doing it to be disrespectful at that point.
Right. And I ain't even finna go there, because this could get ugly if I go there. I'm gonna shut the fuck up, and we're gonna go ahead and open up the
Come on up. Come talk to us. The panel is now open.
It is open. Thank y'all all for tuning in to this is our 5th episode of What's Your Story, Honey? Y'all come on up and holler at us. What's your story, honey? Come tell it on Kiddy Pink Radio, where Black media matters.